go right quick because we already talked about it. So, like, here we go. We out here. I ain't made a video in eons. This a good conversation, and I think shit, motherfuckers can learn something. What's up? It's your girl, Real Talk Healthy Food. We back having a conversation, so I'm running back, and we could just go from there. We're having a girl talk. What this would be our third one. We ain't did one in years. So how the conversation stemmed from is a dude on Facebook that was sent to me by a good friend of mine who he obviously is a daddy dom. And if you don't know what a daddy dom is, please put it in the chat and I'll teach you about that. So he's obviously a daddy dom, and he's on there teasing and blah blah blah, saying all the stuff, basically talking to the women who are um more of an alpha female, and basically saying things like, you're used to being in control, and you ain't ready for somebody like me because you ain't gonna tell me what to do. You gonna take these orders, you gonna take this wee, and you gonna do what I say. So initially I was very much aroused by that because I find that very awesome. But then from there, I started thinking, and I'm looking at him. He's attractive. He's got this sexy body. Then I started meddling on his Facebook page. Now, his page is very public. Now, I don't got no Facebook. I started looking, and then I go, now, Gray, he's handsome, tall, muscular, like literally physically my type of dude. And then I started looking deeper into it, and I was just like, okay, date night, you talking all this wow. Okay, well, how come your ass ain't married? Because I know if you not 50, you over it. You're if you ain't about to be 50, you then you 50 or older. So how come you're not married? And I know people got all their own reasons or whatever, but that's what started the conversation. And I got my cousin here. So that's the premise, which led into a segue of talking about polyamory. So that's where we are with it right now. So yeah, and we was basically saying like niggas be playing, basically.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to understand what's the meaning, like, why play about it? If you really want that, and if you feel like you got cheating ways, I feel like that may be the best way to go about it, but go about it all the way. But I forgot because you did say because niggas don't want to put in the work per se for one, let alone 2, 3, 4, or however many.
Right.
So, okay, I get it. But I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't be playing like that because I feel that that's something, a marriage is something you take under God. And I could be wrong because we on the white man society side versus the spiritual and what really how marriage is viewed. But I'm just tired of people playing with their marriages instead of just staying single. And it seems that a lot of the married couples or the married community wants to be single.
Yeah, married men be the most singlest niggas out there. They really do. And unfortunately, especially black. Now, we know all communities have their issues, but with us being black women, of course, we're going to tend to focus on our own group. And you and I have both dated, outside our race. But I mean, I think it's fair to say, we're both naturally attracted to black men. So we can't help but focus on our group. I mean, I think, and bringing it to your point with under a white man's society, that's why I mentioned before we got on the live that even if it's not under Islam, which is an Arabic religion, if we would go, if we were African, are in Africa, and he could take up to however many wives he could care for and provide for, protect for, and ensure that he covered her and ensure that she was in a winning position. That is what he's supposed to do. Otherwise, he cannot take on another wife. And so they, what I've noticed is, over the years, especially specifically the last 20 years, if I was to pinpoint it with a song, I know you remember that song when he was like, "My girl got a girlfriend," you know, and then those one songs like how they had it in the music, "Too bad bitches at the same damn time," and now it's in the culture, you know, as a sexual preference is what I'm struggling to say, but it's a sexual preference that has now been perverted and not under um um these principles that were set in past times, because whoever the wise people were, God and so forth, um realized, and it may sound misogynistic to those who are ultra feminists, that it's natural for men to want to mess with other women. But there were guidelines associated with that. You know what I mean? So a man just ain't out here smashing any and everything like we see today. You know, and even in Islam, if somebody cheats on their wife, then that's punishable.
Right.
So they want this image, but it's not
How they doing it.
It's they lying, they manipulating,
Yep.
yeah, women who are not interested in that.
Because for the most part, it be the man. I feel that if the female wanted it, it would be the female and the man. And okay, I've seen a bunch of shows on polygamy and all that. They'll be like, okay, let's go together and figure out this together.
Right.
But now I see it's just the man, like the man over here, like woo woo, setting some shit up, which in all reality, the female may want it, she might not want it, but then once you present it, it's like that's how people get hurt. Because you just doing it however you want to do it, and y'all didn't even talk about it as a unit.
Yeah, facts. And I also think too that another part of it is sometimes, and this is from my experience. Now, this is, y'all know I've talked about it before. I've had a couple situations where, I was in that dynamic, and what was my point there? Oh, I kind of forgot my train of thought about dude being honest, right? What did you say prior to that?
I said that no, they don't really be honest because it be okay. Boom. For example, I done had a couple come up to me way back when in my 20s and uh, spruce it out on me, but back then it wasn't in the norm as much as it is now.
True.
So I just feel that if that's something that a couple decides on, then I feel that it needs to be done together right then and there. Just like with my situation, how the man tiptoed and whoop scoop. If he would have came to me the first day that I went to his house, brought her outside, boom, this is what it is. Boom, this is what it is. Then it would have been like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But how do I even know as a woman that that's something I don't want that? But let alone if I did, how do I know as a woman that she's okay with that? Because everything is coming from your word of mouth.
Facts.
That doesn't mean she's okay with it. You could lie to me, make something up. I could go to the door, or you could make it more on me. Like I'm the freak, and it's something wrong with me. Like you could play this in different ways. So that'd be my thing. Like if y'all gonna do it, you need to do it as a unit. Don't. It's always the man chasing me down or in my DMs or trying to bring something to me as far as, well, you should meet me over here with my wife and just talk to her. And it's always something like that when in reality that's not what she wants. Versus that's maybe not even something she wants to do, but since you're so horny and you can't control your sexual demons, you trying to portray it like this.
And that I remember what I was going to say too. As a unit, sometimes it may even be the case where um the woman, like say the woman is like a stand-up woman, she might see something about the new chick that he ain't paying attention to because he's thinking with his meat. He ain't thinking with his big head. He thinking with the little head. And if she could see something that he overlooking, oh, that bitch might not be clean. Oh, that bitch might be on some sucker shit. Oh, she might this whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all that.
And so I think that might be that too, because now she's ruining the fantasy because he's making her think with logic. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a facade. It's been perverted. I personally don't really see anything with um polygamy. Um I would say polygamy now as a grown woman. A polyamorous situation, I wouldn't even play around with that, especially if the man doesn't have any spiritual backing, marriage minded, and looking to build a family. If he's not interested in being married, then I wouldn't even consider polygamy with him at all. If he's just looking to just get his rocks off with hella bitches, he could call himself a hoe and
Exactly.
and get exactly what the fuck he needs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, because that's what I said. I said you might as well just not even be with nobody and just do what you do.
Yeah, just do what you do. Get it done and get it over with. Pay the lady for her time, and that way she can make sure that she give you a good time, and you might even want to call her again in a couple weeks.
And that's what people don't understand because I'm a firm believer. And honestly, I don't like all that zoom zoom and vroom vroom and I just feel like a lot of these men marry for financial and marry because, well, I might like her a little bit, but I don't want nobody else with her. It's never for no real type of, it's never for no real type of real. But at the end of the day, it's like, why even do that? Or have an open marriage.
Mm.
But you cannot be disrespectful. I think that's what it be for me. They too disrespectful.
And selfish. And even with that, I feel like the woman would still need to be careful because, again, if he's not a man who's disciplined and doesn't have his urges under control, he could be with get another woman who likes it raw and uh bring something back to the other woman because he hasn't investigated her or invested in her to see what she's really about.
Yeah, they fucking. If he fucking the other woman.
Yeah, but what what if she's just somebody new and he ain't even thinking about it, and now he fucking her raw, you know, and
Well,
ain't
I think nowadays
ain't
don't
knowing,
nobody think about that shit.
huh?
I think nowadays don't nobody think about that shit. It'd be crazy. How
That's
many people?
revolting.
How many people don't even get checked?
That's crazy. And that's why people walking around with the package right now don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
It only take one motherfucking time for you to get the package and you be stuck. Now they got medicines for it, but that's still like, nigga, you got the package. The big package.
These motherfuckers be so sexualized, and that's another topic on another day because I don't understand how everyone's so sexualized when all we've been doing our whole life is fucking.
And now
Ain't
they got
nothing.
some new shit out. Not new. It's actually very old. They call them bug chasers and gift givers, where they seek out
Mm,
motherfuckers who got the infect. That's another time, but
because
they
I
seek
don't
them out.
understand the whole sex thing. Like I'm trying to figure it out. Like, did they add swings? Are we getting a free plate of food? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the same fucking shit.
I mean, I think that I'm not a prude. I think that sex is amazing. It's awesome, and it could be this wonderful thing. You know what I mean? But when it is, and now it's just
It's too sexualized. Like, I get what you're saying too, because when you climax and you orgasm, but now it's just like if we're sharing a piece of gum. Like, it's too sexualized versus, okay, I want to make love, I want to climax with this person. Blah, blah. Like, it's not even on no spiritual shit because niggas don't even really know the whole meaning of the womb and why the female has the womb and when the fuck, how the fuck.
yeah,
Like, niggas ain't even tapped in with that. So they just be like, oh, she got coochie. Well, that's why some niggas fuck the wrong bitch, the low energy bitch, and they hit a downfall.
yeah.
Like, like nobody's trying to research on what it really is and what we doing and why how we need to do it. Not saying all like that, but you know what I mean.
I
But
like that.
yeah, it just be like, oh, let me get some. Oh, she got a fat ass. Let me get some. Oh, her left eye blinks 3 times consecutively. Let me get some. Oh, she light skinned. Let me get some. Oh, she got one braid to the front, one braid to the back. I know she got some good coochie.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. And I don't get. I think it takes some self discipline, self exploration to see, because at some point some people are going to get tired. Not get tired, but you're going to get to a point where it's like, okay, you know, for myself, I'll keep it on myself because I can't speak for everybody. You know, for me, it was, I kind of checked my boxes, okay, and for me, it was kind of like, well, for this particular person, why why can't I get this person off my mind? Like, that's how looking for the deeper understanding on the spiritual side of sex and how you could get sexually transmitted demons and different, demons that get attached to you during sex. And for me, even when you are pleasing yourself, um the demons that are associated with that too.
Yeah.
But for me, it started with learning about soul ties and that term and what it means and what it's about. Because I didn't even know that term existed until I literally went on YouTube. Like, how come I always think about this person when it comes to sex? Or I typed in a question close to that. And that's how I went down a rabbit hole of a soul tie. They had this picture of a demon like eating a girl's coochie out, and she's all lost in the orgasm or whatever. But it's really a succubus sucking her dry, you know.
Right, right.
So that's what kind of got me started. Now I had a few hiccups, along the way, but being on the other side of things, and looking back, I don't regret much, but I do wish I wish sex was talked about differently and not as a fear tactic. I wish that it was expressed a different way to me as a teenager, as a preteen and as a teenager. Not a fear tactic, not a way to put me down, not a way to make me feel ashamed. A lot of shame is associated with sex. I feel like the discussions around it need to be updated and reviewed because that could impart a lot of trauma on especially women, especially black women, black girls, and it can make them either become prudish and afraid or they could act out and become promiscuous. Or, or it could be some other weird outcome that we don't even know about. Or make them pansexual, asexual, all these terms, you know.
Right. Or just shit. Or even learning how to call your power back sometimes when you do have a hiccup and you messing with a dude and y'all have sex and then learning how to call that power back and how to cleanse and how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you not stuck or lost in the sauce. You just like, type thing. Right? But yeah, that's so true. Because I think even for me, how you say you saw the demon, the da da da, I learned about soul ties too, but I more per se was learning about how to re-cleanse and claim my power through sex. Because I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm a fuck up. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna try my hardest. But sometimes shit happens. But while shit is happening, how do I stand in my goddess area and overpower it more per se, like fight the demon? You know what I'm saying? If something was to arise versus letting it just kind of trickle me down. So I was kind of looking at the soul type, but looking at the solution as well. And I got some little solutions during sex, like when shit happens and how to whoop whoop. Even though I'm not saying we know the number one way is not to do it, but if you gonna fuck up, at least shit go out with a bang. I guess shit could say slay them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kind of finally witnessed that. And it was like vice versa. Like instead of me over here, like how you said, thinking about him off my Richter, bumping my feet into the wall because I'm clumsy, because my brain ain't focused. I'm not focused. I'm sluggish. It's like I'm seeing the dude sluggish or the dude doing 50 down the highway, talking about, you feel me?
Uh-huh.
I was trying to kind of learn how to flip it, and I was like, oh, wow. And you already know me because you already know when I be like, hey, say Jesus.
Oh,
I've
Jesus,
done that.
Jesus, Jesus.
Yeah, I've done that during sex. Plenty
Mm.
of time. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And
Yeah.
oh, I'm thinking about him, that shit done been washed off. I feel like honestly I stole the energy sometimes.
Mm.
When I did have my little hiccups. Because I'm over here whoop wop wop moving the whole house. Building another one. You feel me?
All right.
Ching ching ching. Call this man or boy or whoever. What you doing? Nursing. I don't feel good. I don't, So I'm not saying that we should have sex and all that, but I'm saying at least if you gonna do it, know who you fighting up against and know how to reclaim your power, because I was very heavy on that, because I knew I was going to slip up sometimes. I was just being truthful with myself. But at the end of the day, it wasn't, it was like, you feel me? I'm still in my goddess era.
Yeah.
At my femininity at all times. Like, you're not going to overpower my brain and all that. And it's cool.
I think the one thing too that you know say your goal is to abstain from sex and you really want to be celibate, or maybe you just want to, maybe you don't want to be celibate, you just maybe want to wait for the person you love, or maybe you just taking a break period. I think that when you're in that space, I think when you're in the space of temptation, in those moments you got to think about either, if this is your first, second round, you know, attempting to starve your flesh, right? Then I
Mm-hmm.
would think about why you decided to do that in the first place. And I'll tell you for sure, as somebody whose urges are really strong, I got lucky enough this week to be tested in trying to show God that I want what I'm actually praying for this week. And I think that what I should have said to another friend who asked me, "How did you get over it?" I think I think a, a part of the journey is fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
And not that it's okay, because you don't want to keep, for a lack of a better way of saying it, because I don't want nobody to be confused thinking I'm super religious, because I'm not. But you don't want to repent and keep fucking up thinking God's gonna
Right.
keep playing with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I know from my spiritual growth, myself, I know what my private conversations with God are, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I know how I felt, although he was laying pipe on me and it felt awesome. you know it's still something internally that I wasn't still it wasn't being fulfilled. It was still a void there that couldn't be touched. And no
Mm-hmm.
matter how big the dick, how good or big the dick or how it was something that even the big old dick could not avoid, that the big dick could not feel. Okay. And I just remember the feeling that I had where when I went back to him, and it was an emptiness, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and nobody talks about that too, how, yeah, although it may be, whatever, you know um there's still an emptiness once you're apart, especially if it's not, real love, committed love, and someone that you actually want to be with, you know
Mm-hmm.
that makes all the difference as well. um so I think, thinking back to before you made the decision, for whoever it is who is trying to abstain from sex, remember that feeling that you had in your heart, your mind, and your body when you said, you know what, I think I'm gonna wait, I think I'm straight. You need to get back to that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know those urges be crazy, but you got to go back to why. And then if you need some help, I would just say go on YouTube and watch some. My husband, I found out my husband was DL after 25 years of marriage, and that usually gets me together.
I think honestly, for me, it be the love part. Cause I'm such a lover girl, and I be like, even though I be like, Lord, I'm waiting, da da da, I get all that, but it's in that moment of love that everything kind of goes out the window. because I'm like a hopeless romantic. And just me being through what I've been through, marriage and just kind of like leaving the marriage and all that, I feel that I yearn for that. Not saying I'm totally looking, but I'm gonna tell the truth as well that I do be yearning for it. You know what I mean? And I feel that like God is like, and I get it, everybody's different, and that's not what it really is, but it's like, how you blessing, like, it be like, you've seen these couples that one got one leg, and they just found love, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there like, okay, that's what's up. But what's wrong with me? Like,
I got all my extremities.
yeah, I got legs, arms, fingers, and toes. I think for me, that's what I'm battling, and I could honestly say really what it is I feel that I haven't been loved correctly at all in my life, honestly. And that's like my issue. I haven't been loved. It's always me giving more of me to whether it's family, friends, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's always me giving more of me. So then I come across these people, and even though it might be for an hour, for a night, it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be like, oh, yeah, you gonna get steak and lobster tonight, and you could do whatever you want, and you could stay up and watch TV, and you could get junk food, and you could get woo woo woo, and I get lost in that moment because I'm like, finally. Like, it's reciprocated. You know?
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it like, oh, whoa, like how Shira 7 or these people say, like, whoa, he's rushing me into some shit. Feel me?
Right.
But
and we can't have that.
Yeah, like, I completely understand sometimes when it be my hiccups, but sometimes I'm a love girl too. Sometimes I just want to be loved. If it's for that night, if it's for that hour, because it's like I want to be loved too. So at the end of the day, it's like I have to sit there and think. And people can sit here all day, self love. Yeah, I got self love too, but we're women. We've been trained genetically, kind of like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying we got to fall temptation to it, but sometimes I just want to be loved, and that's okay. But I know I need to find the right love. But at the end of the day, I think that's my temptation. And that's where I'm gonna have to sit with myself and try to figure out, like, maybe get a code word or get some spring water in a spray bottle. I don't know. But that's what I gotta figure out when the reciprocation comes and it's coming and it's like boom, 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 and I'm like, I need to be like, go back in the corner. You feel me? Because the reciprocation ain't gonna come with rushing. It's gonna come like, okay, we did that. We had fun. Have a nice night, type shit. Feel me? So
another one off the bucket list.
Yeah, that's my issue with it, because it's like, what is going on? But then I also wake up and look and be looking at people's relationships for what it really is, because they do declined in my DMs, or you done seen this woman with this, and it's like, oh wow, so y'all not even really what y'all say y'all are. You know what I mean? So I don't know. The world is just
ate up. And
I'm ready to not go, but I'm ready to be off of this per se world and go where it's like cherished. Nothing is cherished out here, and I don't like that. Nothing.
They saying that the best way to get up through is through that Christ consciousness, like getting your vibration up high.
Yep, and that's where I'll be. And I know it'd be distractions and tests and I know, but for the
Yeah,
most part, I know my heart is good and it's pure, so I just gotta keep working on that part.
a hundred
But
percent.
100%, like 100%, I know. And stay away from Tito's, and I'll be a-okay.
Okay.
And I'll be all right. I don't know what, and I don't know if I need some champagne or what, but I need to stay away from Tito.
Tito's. Well,
Keep
shit.
away
On
from
that
Tito.
note, um, I got to get up off here, girl, because it is 10:45 and my ass is supposed to been asleep.
Right. It's only 7:45 out here. And I'm about to, yeah. But alright, cuz I love you. Alright.
I love you too. Well, thanks for tuning into our girl talk, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.